We just had our first Duos Cash Cup of the season, for some regions at least, due to issues with queuing, and in this video I'm going to go over this new bug in tournament that caused almost every region to not be able to play and get cancelled, and I'm also going to talk about the team that's been dominating NA this season, and also talk about some insanely high elimination games in the most recent Solo Victory Cup, so let's get right into the video. Starting the video off, I want to talk about the new queue bug that we had yesterday that prevented 4 of the 6 regions from playing the Duos Cash Cup. There was a bug that whenever you would finish a game, it would no longer allow you to queue and say that you already played the event on a different region that caused Asia, OC, EU, and Middle East to all have their Cash Cups voided and are currently waiting for them to be rescheduled. Lucky enough for Brazil and NA, the bug also happened on those regions, but teams could spam restart their games and it would eventually end up fixing the bug. So Fortnite ended up not restarting those regions' tournaments and they got fully played out. I don't know what's been going on lately with tournaments and all of these issues with queues and glitches, but this is something Epic really needs to figure out because this region lock bug that's been ruining tournaments for some time now is kind of getting really annoying now. We also have FNCS coming up, and this bug is apparently going to also be in FNCS qualifiers, so they really need to get this figured out now. At the end of the day, I believe that this just further proves EU being the test region though, but let's move on now to the NA Duo Cash Cup recap. And looking at the top 5 of the Duo Cash Cup on NA, a lot of new duos, but at the top we have the best team right now, Peterbot and Pollo, who actually were contested by Acorn and Cold in this tournament, but killed them 3 games and actually made Acorn leave the drop. And Acorn even ended up tweeting out that Peterbot's gonna win FNCS this season, and to be honest, it's really looking like he is. They absolutely dominated the tournament, winning 2 games and getting a 4th place and then getting 2 6th places as well to help boost them into 1st place. Peterbot and Pollo, if uncontested, are without a doubt the favorites to win FNCS, and they're probably going to absolutely dominate FNCS just like they've been doing in these Cash Cups and in scrims lately. Peterbot and Pollo Uncon with that dash medallion are just looking absolutely unstoppable right now on NA, and there's just nothing you can do from keeping them from winning games and being consistent in them as well. If Fortnite doesn't make a change to the dash medallion, this FNCS is not going to be very interesting with who wins because Peterbot and Pollo should have a guaranteed win heading into FNCS. Now, a lot of people have been talking about nerfing this medallion lately, but I genuinely just don't know what Epic's going to do to nerf it because I don't really know what you can do to nerf it. But I'm hoping we do see a change to it because it's clearly a little bit overpowered. But moving on to 2nd place, we have Dukes and Noxy on 370 points. A new duo who actually played very good in this tournament. They had 3 different solo clutches where one of their players got 2nd place. Noxy clutched up 2 2nd places and Dukes clutched up a 2nd place as well, and they also got a 5th place in the tournament and finished with the most elims in the tournament as well. Dukes and Noxy I think are the current best new duo, and they've been looking just like that in scrims as well, so the scrims translated over to the first Duo Cash Cup perfectly. It sucks because this team has lost so many games to Peterbot and Pollo. They get 2 more 2nd places when Peterbot wins both of his games in the Cash Cup, and they've also been doing that so much in scrims lately as well. So without Peterbot on height with that dash medallion, I think Dukes and Noxy would have won this Cash Cup and they would have also had so many more winning games this season. But nonetheless, they're looking insane right now and hopefully they can keep this up. But moving on to 3rd place, we have Kanata and Cooper on 316 points. Another one of the big new duos here. They played pretty well in this tournament, getting a 2nd place with 11 elims, a 3rd place with 9 elims, and a 4th place and a 7th place as well to help get them to 3rd place. They did have a game where they died to an apparent cheater though that caused them to die pretty early. So without that game, they probably could have gotten way more points and maybe battled it out for 2nd place with Dukes and Noxy more. But for their first tournament, Kanata and Cooper look pretty solid and hopefully they can keep building off of this. I think they could be a really good duo this season, especially with Cooper going back to Fragger, which he used to play. Next in 4th place, we have Ritual and Re on 313 points. Back together once again, and in the first Cash Cup of the season, they get a win with 60 limbs, a 2nd place, a 5th place, and a 7th place to help boost them into this 4th place spot. Probably not exactly where they want to be, but a pretty solid performance, but there were just a couple teams that played really well this tournament, so they end up only finishing in 4th place. I'm glad this duo is back together, and hopefully we don't see Ritual trying to drop Reed again for someone else, and they keep playing this season. And then lastly, rounding out the top 5, we got Threats and Sphinx on 299 points. Another one of the new duos this season, Threats and Sphinx in their first Cash Cup get a win to help really boost them up to this 5th place. Threats and Sphinx also had a couple games where they died to apparent cheaters. So without those 2 games, they could have really flew up the leaderboard and maybe got 2nd or maybe even 1st depending on how good they did in those 2 games. But nonetheless, a pretty solid performance for Threats and Sphinx in their first Cash Cup together. But moving on, I want to talk about a couple of the new big name duos that played this Cash Cup as well. In 14th place, we have Aviv and Mero. And after all of that talk of them going to grief Booga all season, Aviv and Mero actually did not contest Booga in this tournament and end up landing where Booga and Aviv landed last season under Fencing Fields. And they ended up getting 14th in their first Cash Cup. I'm hoping this duo sticks together for at least another tournament and really try and see if they could be good this season. 14th isn't that bad for your first tournament ever, especially if it's your first time playing together as well. So I'm hoping we see this duo play next week's Cash Cup as well and really see what we could get from them this season. And then we've got the big one, Agers and Booga finishing 25th in their first duo's Cash Cup. Like I mentioned in my other video, I'm not too high on this duo. They don't look like they're playing well at all, and it translates perfectly from scrims into the duo's Cash Cup. I'm not too sure what's happening with this duo. They have a really good drop uncontested at Mount Olympus, and they're just not really getting the results we'd think we would be getting from them. If they have another bad Cash Cup performance next week, we could potentially be seeing more duo changes heading into FNCS, but we're just gonna have to wait and see how Booga and them play next week and really see if we might be getting more duo changes or not, especially with teams like Mero and Aviv also being uncertain as well. But comment down below your thoughts on this Cash Cup. Let me know if you think some of these duos should change like Booga and Agers, or if Booga and Agers should keep sticking it out and you think they could be good this season. But moving on, the last thing I want to talk about is a couple insanely high elimination games in the solo victory cups we've had recently. And starting it off with Reed's insane 39 kill win that he got, which was one away from the 40 bomb everybody's been hunting for, and also one away from the kill record that's also 39 as well. Reed had 37 kills with 3 other players still alive, and one of them ended up dying to one of the other 2 players, so sadly he didn't get his 40. And it's funny to watch pros get upset when they only dropped like 33 or 35 kills because they didn't get that 40 bomb they're hunting for. So it's kind of funny to see them get upset when they don't get a 40 bomb, like they're not dropping 20 more kills than the average player would. And then another insane kill game, we have Marius with a 34 kill win on EU. This is the kill record on EU that broke the previous record of 31 kills by Flixie. Marius is probably the best fighter on EU right now, and comment down below if you guys think Marius is the best fighter on EU. I think he's been going absolutely insane the past 2 seasons, and with Vino kind of falling off a little bit, I think Marius could easily take that throne and become the best EU fighter. I also could see maybe Vico, but I think Marius might be a little better than Vico as well right now. And then the last match history I want to talk about is Peterbot's insane 39 elimination 3rd place and 37 elimination win. A 39 and 37 elimination game all in the same day is absolutely bonkers. The fact that he got a 39 elimination 3rd and could have got the 40 and even a 41 elimination game is insane. He ended up losing this game because of heal off, so he died in zone and couldn't even get the 40th kill. And then in the same exact tournament, he goes out and drops a 37 elimination game as well. He could have had 2 different 40 bombs in one tournament, which is insane to think about. Peterbot is just on another level when it comes to these solo victory cup fragging competitions. And I think we're definitely going to see a 40 bomb at some point this season on an A. I want you guys to comment down in the description. I want you guys to comment down below. Who do you think is currently the best fighter in Fortnite? Right now, I think it's a pretty close race with people like Cold, Peterbot, and Marius. And I'm not just saying that because of these solo victory cups either. These players have just been absolutely fragging out recently. So comment down below who you think is the best fighter. And as always, if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications to never miss an upload just like this one. And also make sure to like the video if you enjoyed it so it does get pushed out to more people. And by the time you guys are watching this video, I want to thank you guys for 8,000 subscribers. I can't believe we are absolutely flying like this right now. Thank you guys for all the support recently. I'm going to keep trying to drop multiple videos every week to keep the content rolling out. So thank you guys for all the support on everything recently on the Twitch streams, here on YouTube, and every other platform there is. That's going to do it for me in this video, guys. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.